So I'm starting this piece with my favorite uh, introduction, so to say, which is watercolor pencils. What I like to do is just make underpainting so that I'm not starting from a white background. So I just use this opportunity to just make different little designs and, blend colors and mix colors. And really, I could just scratch like this the whole way because at the end of the day, they are just going to blend. But I like to put lines and strokes because sometimes I can use those lines and strokes if I press down really hard to give it another design element underneath. So again, this step is just about me creating an interesting underpainting, just making marks, not really thinking too much about it. The only thing I'm thinking about is balance and unity, and just having some fun with color, thinking about how they're going to blend when I wet them, especially being careful about which colors I put next to each other. Like, I'm really interested in how that brown and orange is going to blend together as I'm working. And now I'm putting like this yellow next to the red because I know it's going to make a really pretty nice blend. Probably sort of like an orange, but it'll probably turn into something different and cool and interesting. So that's all this step is really about, just having fun and creating an interesting underpainting. And so these marks that I'm making, again, it's just like another design element I use. This is like a script that I don't know where this script came from, but I just love to make this script all over everything. Sometimes when I'm journaling, it just starts to come up. So again, I'm just thinking about balance when I do it. And now the watercolors. So I love these watercolor pencils because they're so highly pigmented. And as I'm working, what I'm thinking about is how I've laid the colors down and how they're going to blend with each other. And so like the really hard marks that I made, I just go over them lightly so I can kind of keep the marks. But like over here on this side where I'm blending the brown and the orange, I'm pressing kind of light, kind of hard, like a medium press, just to kind of get a nice, beautiful blend. So really, I'm just creating underpainting, just something to get me going, get my creative juices flowing, and get me on to the next step. But yeah, looking at it, I like it. This is layer 1. All right, now on to layer 2. I'm using heavy body acrylic paints. And to make this beautiful purple here, I used magenta and turquoise, teal, like a teal color. And so that's how I get like a really vibrant purple. But I'm using my palette knife to really lay it on thick. And I like using the palette knife for this step because I can't really control how it's going to happen. I can just control where I'm putting it. So again, every layer, I'm thinking about balance and unity. And now with these turquoise marks, I'm just thinking about adding a little bit of structure and a pop of color. So, and plus it's my favorite color. Now, once I let that layer dry, I'm coming in with the third layer with a very light wash of magenta. And so for me, I feel like I just want to add depth, right? Depth of color. I'm also wanting to get some of those spaces that look a little, the word I like to use is loose. I want to give them more grounding, more structure. And so yeah, this is what I'm doing with the magenta. And also, again, I'm constantly thinking balance. How does the magenta balance out across the painting? I'm working across the entire painting the entire time. And so now with this color, this Indian yellow, one of my favorite colors, again, it just adds another layer of depth because it's a transparent color. You can see through it, but it adds a brightness to the piece as well. Now again, I'm using a very detailed brush to just add some more of that script, the little script I like to use that just comes up. I just love putting it on everything, and again, thinking how can I work it all over the piece and keep it balanced and unified. And so one of the running themes in my work is just light, and allowing the light to arise out of the darkness. And so I love to find a place or a space in the piece to have like a stream of light that also symbolizes so many things, right? This idea of everything is connected. We're all connected. Spirit is one thing. Light, how light can move darkness away, and again, another running theme are the circles, deeply inspired by one of my favorite artists and my brother in art, Donovan Casanave. And so I think of the circles just as this another unifying element, and also just how everything in life is cyclical. So I love putting those circles on everything, and again, it's a beautiful design element. With this step, I'm just kind of playing around with thinking about details and structure, and what more things to draw my eye in, and another layer actually, and then also coming back with the white to just really make that stream of light pop. This is a really interesting part of the painting. I really wanted to incorporate these dried roses that I have, but I don't have any glue right now. So I decided to put it in there, and you'll see in just a second, I realized that it just wasn't going to stick. So I took it out and turned that little space into something else. Again, just going back in with some more design elements and, another layer. But as you'll see in a moment, I just changed my mind. I wasn't feeling those white horizontal lines, and so I erased them. I just, take a little bit of water, wash it out, and then wipe it off with a napkin. And it doesn't come all the way off. I kind of like the hazy look it gives it, so I didn't go back over it again with any purple. I just let it be what it is, and accepted and allowed.